Hello everyone and welcome to my Thursday live, and today I'm going to be talking about or answering the question, what is your call sign? So this might be a bit of a weird term and one that you haven't heard used in association with marketing before. But I'm going to unpack it a little bit during the course of the next 15 to 20 minutes. But for those of you who don't know me and might be joining me for the first time, my name is Megan Hudson. I'm a marketing and business coach. A lot of you may know me as a dog-loving, tree-hugging marketing and business coach. I have a 12-week online course that specializes in teaching coaches how to accelerate their marketing and sales. And I also have a 5-module self-study course called 5 Simple Steps to Find and Define Your Niche, because I really believe that it's important to stand out in the market and be differentiated. Some of you may have actually seen a few weeks ago, I posted an update on LinkedIn figures about the number of people who are in LinkedIn who are describing themselves as coaches. Now, I used the broad term coaches, and I didn't break it down into life coaches, business coaches, etc., etc. But the figure was sitting at 16 million people. What can you do to stand out and differentiate yourself in a market that is that crowded? So this is why I want to talk about what your call sign is, and I'll get on to explaining it. But just very quickly, after this video is posted live on my Facebook page, you will find a link to a free ebook that I've written that gives you 5 simple insider secrets to start marketing yourself without having to spend any money or having to have an advanced degree in computer science or social media content strategy or anything like that. So your call sign, for me, it's something that is your signature. Hopefully it's something positive, but it's something that people are going to associate with you and your professional brand the minute they come across it. And it could be multi-dimensional. It could be a smell, it could be a taste of something. So for example, you might be a coffee aficionado, and the minute people smell coffee beans roasting or smell fresh coffee, they might think of you. You could be let me try and think. It could be, for example, for me, it's roses. I've always got roses hanging around. I've even got pens with roses on the ends of them because I just think they look nice, and I've got them in a whole lot of different colors. So what is that signature thing that people will associate with your brand? And you know, this is very much, I think, bordering on something quite personal. So you know, you need to ask yourself, what do they think of when or what is it that brings my brand to mind? And more importantly, is it a positive association? Because if you suspect that it might not be something positive, then it could be something that you need to work on. So let me talk about what brought this to mind. I was taking my dogs for a walk in the forest yesterday, and it's a river runs through the forest, and there are some fish eagles nesting in one of the trees. And very often I will hear the call of a fish eagle when I'm walking my dogs. And it's got a very special sentimental value for me because my dad was in the Scouts, and he attended a huge big jamboree, which was like based in South Africa, that was like an international gathering of Scouts. And everybody had to have what they called a call sign. So it would be the sound of an animal, could be something like a lion or an elephant or guinea fowl or whatever, but it had to be the sound of a natural sound that could be played over the kind of intercom or loudspeaker system that would tell that official that they were being summoned or that that message was for them. And my dad's call sign was the cry of the fish eagle. So every time I hear it, it's kind of like, oh, you know what? I feel like my dad's with me on this walk. I feel like he's near me in spirit, and it immediately brings him to my mind. I immediately think of him. I immediately feel all warm and fuzzy. And but that is the strength of this signature item that brings someone to mind. So my question for you is, in terms of your professional practice, your professional capacity, and your professional brand, what is the call sign, or what is your signature item that brings your brand immediately to mind? So what is it that is strongly associated with your brand? Hi Riaz, I can see that you've joined me. It's lovely to have you on. I see there are two other people watching, and if you give me a heart or a thumbs up or something, I'll be able to pick up who's joined me. It's always nice to know who's online with me watching live, and I really appreciate you for it. But so it's something that is really, really strongly associated with your brand, and that makes it kind of differentiates you and makes you stand out for some reason. So it could be a particular color, it could be some kind of an icon that is associated with you, with your brand. I spoke in one of my trainings about years ago. I used to wear these huge kind of fabric floral roses whenever, you know, I went out, and they became very strongly associated with, you know, people would actually ask me, so why is your flower missing? You know, where's your flower today? If I wasn't wearing one. So it could be something about your style of dress, the way that you dress. It could be, I've spoken in one of my previous trainings about many years ago, 10 years ago now, I had very, very short platinum blonde hair, and that hairstyle was closely associated with my professional brand. I mean, people used to it was so recognizable, and people even today who haven't seen me for a couple of years will say, oh gosh, the hair's gone, you know. So it can be something as simple as that will bring you into people's minds. And I really do want you to think about what it is that represents you so strongly. So for you know that I am passionate about working with niches, about finding and defining your niche. So one of the things that I have started to notice is that in some of the groups that I belong to online, in some of the professional networking groups that I belong to, whenever the topic of niche comes up, somebody will say, well, speak to Megan. She's the niche coach. She's the niche person. She's the niche expert. And I am getting more and more invitations to do guest lecturing and guest speaking on other people's programs and in other people's online groups on the topic of niche. So what is it? Again, niche is something that is becoming very, very closely associated with my professional brand. I'm known as the niche coach. I'm called the niche expert, the niche guru. What is it that people associate with you when they think of you? So that's it for today. It's really nice and short and sweet, but I hope I've got you thinking. And I've got a great topic for next week. Watch the Facebook feed to see the invitation to the event. And I hope that you'll be able to join me next Thursday, same time, 1 p.m. South African time, 12 p.m. UK time, and I think it's about 6 o'clock in the morning in South America and places like that. So sorry for the early start if you happen to be there, but thanks so much for joining me today, and I've really enjoyed this time with you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week as usual. Ciao for now.